Welcome to Chicago Real Estate Unfiltered. If you've ever wondered what really goes on behind the scenes in real estate, beyond the glitz of selling Sunset and the drama of $1 Million listing, you're in the right place. We're diving deep into the questions you've always had, breaking down what's happening in the Chicago market, giving you unfiltered truth about buying, selling, and everything in between. No fluff, no filters, just straight talk. Buying a home is exciting, but let's be real, it can get really complicated. It's not just scrolling through pretty homes on Zillow. There's so much that goes into it before making the right decision. Anna Theofanous and I are going to be talking about the biggest mistakes buyers make when purchasing a home, and most importantly, how to avoid them.
We've all been there. Beautiful kitchen, trendy finishes, maybe even a Pinterest-worthy bathroom, but don't let the pretty pictures fool you. One of the biggest mistakes buyers make is choosing a home based on looks alone.
Sure, it looks great on the surface, but what about the important stuff? Think about the location, the layout, and most importantly, how well the home is built. A gorgeous home in a bad location with a terrible layout is going to drive you crazy in the long run.
Instead of getting dazzled by shiny countertops, focus on the things that'll really affect your day-to-day life. This is what your realtor's for. I'm looking at whether or not the bathroom has good ventilation, does your range vent out, looking for signs of water intrusion, etc. If your agent's only pointing out the pretty things you can identify yourself, they're not providing value.
Mistake number 2, choosing the wrong agent. This one is huge. Don't just pick any agent. The right buyer's agent will completely change your experience. Don't pick your neighbor, your frat brother, or your uncle just because they happen to have a real estate license.
Do your homework. You want someone who's experienced in your area, someone who understands the price point, and who has a good reputation with other agents. In competitive markets, having the right agent can make or break your deal.
And don't necessarily just choose the number one agent in the area. Keep in mind that an agent's volume doesn't necessarily make them a good fit for your particular purchase. Read their reviews, check their statistics, and experience for your property type, and make sure it's someone that you trust. This is like a short-term marriage. Not only do you need to feel confident that they're a true expert in what you're buying, but you need to like them and trust them and know that they're going to fight for your best interests. Mistake number 3, do your homework on the condition of the home. Here's a buyer mistake you absolutely cannot afford to make: not doing extensive due diligence on the property.
A good agent will play detective during the showing. They're helping you spot potential red flags, and you also need to hire a great inspector. But don't just stop there. Depending on the type of home, you might need to add specific types of inspections. You may want a radon inspection. You may want a sewer scope inspection. It's all going to depend on the location and type of home.
Mistake number 4, overlooking location. In real estate, location is everything. In a city like Chicago, where there's 77 different neighborhoods, they each have their own vibe, and just a few blocks can completely change the feel of an area.
Before you buy, spend some serious time in the area. Have coffee, people watch, take a stroll, and get to know the community. And if you're planning to start a family, make sure you look into the local schools. You don't want to buy your dream home only to realize the school options aren't what you hoped for.
Mistake number 5, foregoing representation. Some buyers think that they're actually going to save money by skipping representation altogether. Spoiler alert, this is a myth. Your agent can be the difference between winning or losing a multiple offer situation, and unrepresented buyers are way more likely to make costly mistakes. Trust me, these mistakes will end up costing you far more than your agent's commission.
Having a professional by your side could be the difference between landing your dream home or losing out. And in many instances, it may be the difference of paying over market value and not understanding the nuanced market.
So many buyers stumble across new construction and think, well, I found the property, I'll just move forward. There's so many things that these buyers can miss. As agents, we look through every line of a spec sheet to make sure that there's nothing missing. Do you want to show up at closing and realize there was no fridge or washer and dryer included? We know what's typical, like should a property have radiant heated floors? Should it be adjusted in price because it doesn't? Or should a property at this caliber have white oak floors versus red oak? While price may not be negotiable, we also know the things to ask for, like upgrades or closing costs, as a way to negotiate.
Okay, this one might surprise you, but being difficult during a showing can actually hurt your chances in a competitive market.
As a listing agent, we are constantly evaluating buyers and agents who come through. We want to work with someone who's going to make the process smooth for our sellers. So if you're being overly picky, critical, or difficult at a showing, remember that impression can stick. You're being judged whether you know it or not.
Play it cool, people. If the home has a live, laugh, love sign everywhere, wait to make fun of it with your agent when you get out to the car.
So there you have it, the biggest mistakes buyers make when purchasing a home. Remember, buying a home is a huge investment, and we want you to avoid these pitfalls and make sure you have a solid plan. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, or share. And if you're thinking of purchasing or selling a home in the future, we would love to hear from you.